we just solved the problem of finding a line through 2 points, in this case -2, 4, and 3, -1, graphically. Now, the next step is I'd like to use a totally different technique, algebraically solving this. Now, what we're going to do is start over completely from scratch. I'm not going to use any of the information from the graphically, because this is a check on the graphically. So what we're going to do is totally from scratch. We start algebraically by finding the slope. So to get the slope, we use delta. Where's my delta? Delta, there it is. Parentheses. Oh, there's my parenthesis there. Parentheses. Oops, wrong parentheses. These parentheses? No, those are also wrong parentheses. Where the heck is the parentheses? Oh, there it is. Parenthesis. Delta y divided by parenthesis delta 1 delta x, which is going to equal, okay, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it's very important you get your y2 and your x2 from the second point, and the y1 and x1 come from the first point. So in this case, this is going to turn into -1, the second y, minus 4, the first y, divided by 3, the second x, minus -2, the first x. And that's going to equal minus 5 over 5, which in lowest terms is minus 1. So that's how we work this whole thing out algebraically. That's the slope. So I'm going to write slope to indicate what we just did there. We're not done yet. Now we're going to find the intercept so that we can find the formula. Y equals slope, not slope, slope times x plus intercept. So to get this, we need to know the slope and the intercept. Well, we know the slope, and we have a couple of y's and x's. I'm going to use this point, the first point, -2, 4. Okay. I could use the other point too, but I'm going to use that, -2, 4. And so I'm going to do 4, the y, equals -1, the slope, times -2, the x, plus intercept. And, okay, so we're going to get 4 equals 2. -1 times -2 is 2. Now, you should not be ashamed if you want to make sure you're right by using a calculator to do these little calculations, because that's what they exist for. Times plus the intercept. We subtract the 2 from both sides to give us 2 is the intercept. So now I know the slope and the intercept, And I can write down the answer. Y equals negative 1x plus 2, which is exactly what we got graphically. So that checks. The graphical and algebraic are both giving me the same answer. Now, just to be totally check this, it's good to plug in the other x value. Okay, in this case 3, and make sure we get the other y value. So we're going to do, we used negative 2, 4 to make this formula. If we did it right, when we plug in 3, we should get negative 1. So I'm going to do negative 1 times 3 plus 2. And that is going to equal negative 1. Exactly what should have happened. So we can happily be clear, it checked. So that shows you how to do the same problem that we did graphically, algebraically. Now at this point, it'd probably be good to practice with a couple of other problems. So you might want to try these nice little problems. I've picked them so the numbers come out nice and even. Negative 4 comma negative 3 and negative 7 comma negative 9, those 2 points. Or negative 5, 8, and 3, negative 8. Both of those should be good practice for doing these problems graphically and algebraically. That's it.